Yo, what's up, guys? Welcome to Street Champs. Quick shout out to our sponsors, Rocky Mountain Blaze. Anything we're smoking Rocky Mountain Blaze. Mention Street Champs at Rocky Mountain Blaze and get 10% off. Yeah. All right. Today we got DMANE and AJ in the house tonight. How you guys doing tonight?
Doing pretty good. How about you?
Hell yeah, I'm doing pretty good, guys.
Fuck
yeah. Heck yeah.
Appreciate it.
Thanks for having us on.
Yeah, appreciate you having us on.
Fuck yeah, man. Love. Thanks for coming on.
Yeah,
Thanks for your time.
Yeah.
Hell yeah.
Been wanting to get on here, honestly. Between COVID and everything else, just haven't been able to.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's just dope.
So glad to finally be here.
I feel that.
Yeah.
Thank you, guys. Well, tell the people a little bit about yourselves.
So I'm an engineer here in town. Obviously, I go by DMANE, but my name's Daniel Manus. Born and raised here and everything, but I just started doing music for everybody here in town, running a studio for the last 2 years. Worked with probably 50 plus, 60 artists. Started throwing shows recently, stuff like that. So I'm just really in the hip hop scene a lot. Just recently did an audio book as well.
Oh, hell yeah.
And then ventured out with some soul just recently. Just did a soul track recently, kind of like 1970s, but also kind of threw some modern auto-tune and reverbs on it. And yeah, I just kind of am in the music scene right now. That's really the main thing about me right now. So.
Hell yeah.
Yeah. What's up? My name's Anthony. A lot of people know me as AJ. My rap name's Quez. I grew up here in Pueblo, Colorado. Just born and raised. Went to Bessemer. Just living life, you know.
Fuck yeah.
One of the coldest artists in the town, easily.
Low key.
Actually, the
Low
coldest,
key.
yeah.
Hell yeah.
Yeah, and this is the first time I ever did this, any type of shit, me and Danny, so we nervous.
A little bit, definitely.
No, fuck yeah. Welcome on, guys,
For sure.
So you guys both grew up here in town?
Yeah.
Hell yeah.
I grew up out in the county, so.
Grew up in the county. He grew up in the county. I grew up on the south side, around South Point. But I always came to school in Bessemer, so I went to Bessemer Academy, and then I graduated from Central High School.
Hell yeah. How'd you guys link up?
Actually, at work, we worked together.
Yeah.
And he was all the way down at the very end of the building, and I was doing a material handling type job. And so I'd go and kind of walk with my clipboard at the beginning of the work day and everything, and go talk to each kind of head guy of that section and be like, hey, what do you guys need for the day? Figure all that out. He was the guy of the very last section. I'd get down to him, and he was just always all quiet, always either just working already or going and figuring his thing out. But it'd be real short, sweet answers. He'd be like, yeah, I just need this, and that's it. Nothing else. I could never be like, hey, what's up? How's your day going? Nothing. It was just short, sweet, looking away, not talking to you. And I never looked at him as him being rude, but I was just this dude's way too quiet. So after talking to him for a year or whatever like that, we eventually started talking. And then one day he just brought over the microphone, and probably the same microphone or something, wasn't it?
Yeah,
no,
it was
actually that little kit. Yeah,
it was
the little kit.
Yeah, no, basically like that. Yeah, he would just we were like homies on some homie shit. We go fishing, we go do some random shit, and then one day he was just like, "Yo, I want to do music. I think I want to do music. I want to write songs. I want to do some shit." I was like, "No fucking way." I was like, "All right." So I've been fucking around writing music since middle school, but I never really took it seriously. Wrote shit all through high school, still never really took it seriously. My homies were doing it, everyone was trying to do it, and I kind of just did it. And then my uncle, shout out Big Case Uno, my uncle, he's also an artist here in Pueblo, Colorado. He's been doing it for a long time, and
Big Case Uno?
Yeah, Big Case
Uno.
Get
him on the pod, yeah.
Hell yeah, fuck
he
yeah.
will.
Yeah,
sure
fuck yeah, he'll come on for sure. Maybe,
I
don't know. But yeah, shout out to him. He's been doing it for a minute. He's been low key right now, but yeah, he started doing it, and I just watched how he was doing it. Still, nobody really knew that I was making music or anything. But and then my cousin, he started doing it. Shout out to Courtesy. He started doing it with my uncle. They have some mixtapes together. They have songs together. But yeah, I just kept making music until finally moved in with my homie. We tried to get a studio going and shit. Never really popped off the way it popped off with me and Danny, but I started recording little by little, and then by the time I met Danny, I was already low-key doing it, but I wasn't really taking it too seriously. And then, like I said, finally one day he came to me, he's like, yo, I want to make music.
The bars never left.
Bars
never left.
I was like, fuck. I was like, no way. I was like, dude, I've been trying to do some shit. I was like, this is what I got. I took over the little equipment that I had. And then he just fucking ran with it, and it was like, fuck it, let's go. He turned it all the way up. Like, he took it to a level I couldn't take it to on my own, you know?
Mm-hmm.
So I had just gone through a breakup at that point, and like, so I was all up in my feelings every night. We were working night shift too. And so it's 12-hour nights, everything, and I'd barely see all my friends and everything else. And, you know, obviously we're all getting older too, so it's kind of like that reality of, oh, everyone's got kids now, everyone's got wives, and blah, blah, blah.
Mm-hmm.
You know, you're kind of that background character or whatever, especially when you're going through a breakup, you feel that way, you know what I mean? Mm-hmm. So I was kind of there at that point, and so I kind of started writing more and more, because back in the day, back in like middle school, and even earlier before that, I've had musical influences, but I used to write a lot of like poetry and stuff, and they'd always be in lyrical form. And it wasn't always to a beat or anything, but I'd always try to kind of, you know, I'd think of it musically and when I'd write it. And so once we got going through with that and everything, and I was all up in my feelings, that's one day I just told him, I was like, yo, bro, I've been writing these bars, like, check them out. And I showed him a couple of them. And one night he brought over his mic, and the rest is history. That just lit a flame in me. And I said, okay, well, now I want a better mic. I want a better this, a better that. Like, you know, just get everything, and I want to learn everything. So from like 2 a.m. to 6 a.m., shout out my job, by the way. I'm not going to say their place, but I'd basically be done. And I would just kind of just be chilling there, and I'd be on call in a sense. So I'd still need to be there, but I could kind of just zone out and listen to some YouTube stuff and start YouTube learning about how to engineer and how to mix and master songs, and the importance of, you know, your mic, your gain staging and everything, to make sure that you can't hear background sounds and everything else like that, and what each plugin does and how they work. And I mean, I'm still learning always, you know, I still dive in like that, but I literally had like 4 hours a night for a solid 6 to 8 months of being able to do that. And so I just really just dug in, and, you know, found a lot of happiness through that too. Like, I snapped right back out of that little depression that I went into from the breakup and everything. And, it's kind of just lit a spark in me since then.
Yeah.
So, but yeah, to answer your question, how we met, that's through work, and it's all music related too. But like, we were kind of more linked up, kind of more with mutual friends. So like, I was kind of, and they're all coworkers kind of, you know, but like, we'd go fishing and stuff, but it was never just like me and him going fishing. Mm-hmm. It was always like, hey, we're all going to go fishing. You know what I mean? And then one day it was like music. And then like, ever since then, I see this dude like 5 times a week outside of work, you know, like I run the studio now out of his place. We started out of my parents' place, but I run out of his place now. And so it's like, I'll hit him up. I'm like, yo, I'm coming over too. I'm coming on here. Or, hey, can you do this? Can you do that? Like, we're just always communicating nonstop at this point. So my brother at this point.
How old are you guys?
I'm 27.
27?
I'm about to be 27 next month.
Hell yeah.
Make me have to think of that. Once you get past like 25, you're like, yeah, I'm 27.
Yeah, no, we're getting too close to 30.
Too close to 30. I know I'm not 30 though.
Oh yeah. So you guys both grew up in Pueblo.
Yeah.
You guys have both parents grown up?
Yeah.
I had both my parents.
I still do. Yeah.
Hell yeah.
Yeah.
That's awesome. Can you guys give us like a quick story like that would describe you as a kid?
So I'm the youngest of 5. So it was always kind of not in a negative way, but like, it was kind of always just doing what the family's doing. You know what I mean? Because it was already decided. There's 11 years between me and my oldest sister.
Oh wow.
And then when I was 8 years old, my sister started having kids. She's got 6 of them now. And then my other sister has 3. So like, I've been uncle, all that type of stuff. So that's kind of my upbringing in that sense. And then I guess I don't really want to go into school yet, because that's probably a different question. But yeah, with like just family, it was always, I have 3 older sisters and an older brother. And so we always did a lot of sports. My sister played softball, so we were always in Denver for that a lot of times, all the weekends, any weekend that I wasn't playing baseball. And then my other sister taught tennis lessons and stuff like that. So it was just a lot of sports stuff growing up. And that was basically our family time. Always big family, like cousins would come over for Thanksgiving and stuff like that. They'd come to our house or we'd go there. That's pretty much it.
Hell yeah. So it's pretty active family.
Yeah, for sure.
Big family.
Big family. Yeah, we definitely a big family.
Oh yeah.
Throughout, even extended. So.
Oh yeah. Fuck yeah. Oh yeah, same big family. Yeah, I had my mom and my dad. They're not together right now, but you know, they had a rocky relationship. You know, and then just really close with my grandma, my auntie. What was the question again?
Just like, can you like tell me a story that would describe you as a kid?
Oh, okay.
What kind of kid were you?
Oh, okay. Yeah, just I was the firstborn. I have older cousins, but like from my mom, I was the first son, And I've just been kind of the oldest since then. Like, I had my older cousin Donnie, but he lived in Pueblo West. He wasn't really around as much. So like in the general family, I was always like kind of the oldest. When we started having my other little cousins. Shout out to my cousin Selena. Shout out. She has a piñata company actually. So hit her up. Casa de Piñata. De
Selena. Shout out. That was.
Yeah, no, I actually already know about that, bro.
Yeah.
I'm waiting on my Street Champs right? Piñata. Shout out. Yeah. No, I'm just kidding.
Yeah. So that's my cousin.
Really?
Yeah, and then shout out to my sister Yesenia, who she's pregnant, about to have my little niece.
Hell yeah!
Next January. So, and then my cousin Carlos. I'm like the oldest out of all of them, and I have a little brother Royce. So hell yeah!
Oh yeah! Shout out Royce.
Yeah, shout out Royce. Follow him on TikTok.
Really? He's pretty involved in TikTok.
He's trying to get into TikTok. Yeah.
Damn! All the little kids are, man.
There you go. Yeah, for real.
I'm barely getting into it.
I know. I'm trying not to.
That's crazy.
Little by little. No, but I guess like outside of my family growing up, I would always, we were always playing tackle football. Me and my neighbor Dylan Hamblick. Shout out Dylan Hamblick. He moved in when I was 6 years old, I think. He was 5 at the time. So, like, I always had him to go, and we'd always just be getting into trouble and everything, like, in good ways, though. It was always, like, fun trouble. It's slip and slides. It's tackling each other. I hit his eye with a hockey stick one time, thought I, like, took it out one time. Like, trouble like that, you know what I mean? But it was never anything too bad. We'd obviously fight like brothers and stuff, too, Yeah,
I played a lot of sports coming up, too. I never played, like, on an actual team, but I was always, like, playing street football, street basketball, like playing soccer any chance I could. Like anytime I could play baseball, I always played baseball. Like I always wanted to play sports in high school, but my grades were just never good enough, and so like they just never fucked with me. Damn. And like I was hardly ever there too in high school. So
did you graduate high school?
I graduated high school barely. Came down to the very last day of high school.
High school's like those are like tough years. Those are tough years.
Fuck yeah.
Oh yeah, to find yourself really.
Hated high
school.
It
is because like you know that you should be doing all that work. You know you should be trying to finish all this blah blah blah. But like you're so worried about everything else that it's kind of tough. At that point. And then you look back and you're like, oh, I should have got that done. Which I graduated, but I was late. I didn't graduate on time, and I was. Basically, I like hung my hat on I didn't get my GED, which even a GED is not bad. They all look the same literally they look the same on most resumes. Like nobody really looks into that stuff. And like even before I got my diploma, I remember at one point like being dishonest and putting that on my resume and getting a job. Like saying, yeah, I graduated. Nobody looks into it. It's high school, but so it really doesn't matter. But it does. It's like one of those things for yourself that like you're like, yeah, I really. You look back and you're like, oh man, I wish I would have kind of dialed in more. Maybe I shouldn't have ditched so much, or maybe I went online school after my sophomore year.
Yeah, just all the time, and I do regret it now. I wish I would have like stood more in high school and made more memories and made more friends. But like, I don't know, I just couldn't fuck with it. Like as far as book wise and like taking all the tests and shit, like I just hated it so much. But like, the only thing that kept me there and what kept me wanting to stay and graduate was I took construction classes, I took welding classes, and I just learned that I love to do stuff with my hands. I love to build. I love to do, I just love to build something with my, do something, And so I was like, if I want to do something dope like that, if I want to be a welder or, an architect or anything dope, then I need to stay in school. I need to get at least my diploma, And so like I focused on welding, and yeah, welding really changed my whole life, honestly, because like I said, it made me want to stay in and graduate high school. And then from there, it took me, I actually got my welding degree from PCC, Pueblo Community College. So I got that diploma I got my associate's degree for welding. And so, yeah, like I hated school so much, but I just knew I had to do something, and I knew I loved to work with my hands and build stuff. And so that's what I aim for. And I got it done, I'm a welder now.
Well, that's probably one of your best qualities too, is just how hard of a worker he is, honestly. And I'd say like within running our business, running the studio and everything and throwing shows, I definitely kind of try to take the lead role in some ways, because I guess I'm doing more of the hands-on work. But I mean, all the background work, like anything that's really getting done is because of him. Like, there's no way anything would get done with just me. I would have quit already, what I mean? And like, that's not out of not loving it or not having passion for it, but it's just, there's a lot of stuff that we do, or that we've done.
So describe your business to the people.
So we're Out the Box Entertainment, LLC, and we formerly were known as the Lake Recording House. So it was just a studio, but now we're trying to be like the whole entertainment thing. We may eventually form into a label and then everything. Definitely got a bunch of good artists that are already. There's three. A
lot of dope artists
that are willing to do it, but there's 3 of us releasing our music under Out the Box Entertainment.
Who's that?
4-Way Ant is the other one. So hopefully
shout out 4-Way Ant.
Shout out 4-Way Ant for real. He's our host for all our shows as well.
Really dope.
And then he performed on our last show, co-headlined it. But so we run that entertainment company, and basically it all starts out with the studio. So we run the studio out of his place right now. We're looking into like getting a storefront that has room for a venue and a studio and maybe photography and all that, because we recently just started doing photography and video as well. Got a Sony A7 III and started going from there. Of course, Adobe Suite. I'm sure you're very familiar with the Adobe Creative Cloud or whatever it's called. Yeah. Being a designer. But yeah, so we do all that type of stuff, even like cover art, everything else, just kind of trying to really be a one-stop shop for artists, you know what I mean?
Hell yeah.
Songwriting, anything. Shout out Nigel Santisteven, DJ Santi. I know he's on there.
Yeah, shout out Nigel.
We need that beat, Nigel. We need
a lot. Yeah. We need a lot of beats.
So I always pull, a bunch recently. He finally gave me all his beat packs.
Oh, no,
I'll
he's
pull
been
those
working.
up, and I've been selling him I think I sold like
Definitely
6 or 7 beats
busy.
recently.
Fuck yeah.
So there's been a bunch of artists hopping up on his beats and everything. And so it's really just supposed to be just a community. And within our shows and everything too, it has been a community so far. I mean, I think we had 250 people maybe at the first show, and then probably around 300 the second. And you were at the second show.
I was at both of them.
You give your own number. Oh yeah, you were.
I was at both of them, bro. I was allegedly drunk as hell the first one.
Allegedly, yeah, same.
Yeah.
I was running sound on that first one. That was an experience.
That was a good time, bro. And shout out to the Blowback, for
shout out them. They don't want to do hip hop again, I don't think, because he hasn't called me. He said he'd call me. I hit him up and no hate on it, but I hit him up and I was like, hey, can we do another show? And he's like, I'll come to you if we're interested in doing hip hop.
I think he's cool. I think we just rocked the neighborhood a little too much. Yeah. I think the neighbors didn't like it.
He had that back window open and the back neighbor had called. So
yeah,
it is what it is. Allegedly, it was the back window. It could have been the side window.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But in general,
I don't even think that concert happened actually. No.
Yeah. Allegedly, it never.
Yeah. And
that's awesome.
Yeah, I mean, we both play our roles for sure. Like he says, I do a lot of. He's definitely more of like the front man, like he's the one that be posting the most and shit. But like when it comes to like if he ever needs engineering help, I could record. Definitely with the edits, with the pictures, videos, whatever I could do, basically whatever needs to be done. Like I'm down to jump up and just do whatever,
Fuck yeah.
And this guy will carry me further than I could ever carry myself. Like.
Oh yeah, no good business. Yeah, no good business is ran by yourself, bro. You need a team.
Sure.
And him as an artist, I mean,
I wouldn't be where I'm at if it wasn't for this guy neither. So.
And just engineering his music, it's something that like I enjoy doing, and he makes good music, and like he hasn't even released enough songs yet.
Like
once he releases the songs, everyone will know. But
I don't have much music. I don't have like literally almost no music out, but like I am sitting on a lot. I have a lot stashed away in the vault and shit.
What's stopping you?
Just waiting for the right time.
Or is that okay with everyone?
10 minutes
Yeah. It's okay with everyone?
Yeah.
All right.
I don't know. Just trying to get it right. Trying to,
You call me out a little bit.
Oh.
Some of that we are waiting on mix and masters. Most of them are mixed and mastered. But like.
We always end up getting new equipment, and then it's always like, oh, what could be better? Or
I get a new plug-in or something. And
it's
like.
Always like.
It's not even really.
I'm not gonna lie, just straight procrastination.
It's not even just that. It's procrastination. It's more so like, okay, well, why would we work on our? It's like we need to value ourselves more.
And we focused on we'll focus on the business
others.
In general.
Oh no, you guys are definitely any person I've literally had on Street Champs is like, shout out the box, shout out DMANE.
Yeah, the first like 6 episodes I was named
every single fucking person, bro. Yeah, so, don't let.
No, and that's what it is. I think we've been building the community too much, and like I've told them a couple times like. I've kind of got sentimental with them, and I'm like, yo, bro, I'm sorry. Like, we'll lock in on your music. Like, not like over here crying or nothing, obviously, but like told them, like, locked in with them.
And like, honestly,
hey,
I'm not
like,
trying to
get
be
there.
like a straight up rapper. Like, I feel like I have a lot of different different traits and different things that I could offer. Like I said, like whether it's like physical work and stuff when it comes to welding, construction, or like cover art, video edits,
even snapping on the cover art.
Even like
sure.
Like you said, we have the camera, we have everything. If anybody needs video, anybody needs pictures, we got that shit. Like I'm not just like just trying to be a rapper. Like I'm trying to be like many things.
And really, we're trying to build
That's just one thing that I do.
You're build the community, the team.
Oh yeah. you're on your like Kanye West shit, I would say.
Yeah.
You know,
See,
you might
also, like,
thing.
even the out the box shirts, like I designed that logo. It didn't end up coming out the exact design that I wanted because of
the lake shirts.
Yeah, the lake shirts, just the way, I don't know, however the dude that I paid to fucking do it, like, he just didn't do it.
But
right.
that hand tie-dye was hard.
No, that shit
so
was
the
fire.
Shirts were fire.
Yeah, the shirts are fire.
The logo
went
itself,
up there.
It could have worked.
It's not my exact
fire.
logo though. I just want to throw that out there. But like, I designed it for the most part.
Yeah, that was fire.
Hell yeah. No, that shit was fire. Yeah, like I was saying, bro, there's no good company that's built on one person's back. You need a whole fucking team. Like, you need a creative,
shout out Rocky
and then
Mountain
you need
Blaze.
a shout out Rocky Mountain Blaze.
Yeah, shout out
hey.
Rocky Mountain.
What are you smoking on there? I even forgot. Let's take a look at some nugs.
I don't even think you told us. You probably did.
Nah, they just be keeping me so high. I forgot. Oops.
But yeah, we're looking to throw another show here soon, but we're kind of struggling with finding an indoor venue because it's just a matter of being winter,
cake.
Oh yeah, winter's coming up.
Once broke down really nice.
Probably April or May, we'll probably be able to go back out to Tommy's again and throw our show out there.
Shout out
Actually,
to
maybe we should bleep that first one and I'll say it a different way. We'll go back out to Jidone's.
Nah. But
either way,
that's awesome. No, the shows that you guys have been putting on in Pueblo, man, I think that's that you guys are the first people to do that in my short 24 years of Pueblo. Like, no one is putting upcoming artists like that on.
And that's low key what I've been saying too.
20, 30 minutes, and they're selling their own tickets and they're making money.
And they're making money.
Yeah, you know.
For real.
Like,
I think only like 2 or 3 of our artists that have been on the lineup haven't got paid. And that's because they didn't sell their threshold. But our threshold's pretty low and they still got to perform. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So it worked out. We just didn't really it's not about us making money necessarily either, except for to build the brand bigger. But obviously any business is going to be worried about a little bit of money. But yeah, only like 2 or 3 of them haven't got paid. Everyone else got paid. And those ones know now if they're on the next show, I got to work harder if I want paid. They saw everyone else get paid because they sold. And our threshold's 15 tickets. If you can sell 15 tickets, you get paid. And then after that, it goes up and up and up as you pay different percentages. So
yeah.
Yeah.
See, that's awesome. I was about to ash in the weed. Most people are fucking
ash in your red cup.
Right? Nah. But most people are trying to make money off these up and coming artists, Yeah. It's very refreshing that someone's like, thank you for your time and here you go.
Yeah, exactly.
Do
it as cheap as possible. Yeah.
Yeah.
I think we missed like $50, $75 on the first show or something. Like, I'll straight up say that, and then the second show, I think we made like $50, $75. You know what I mean?
Damn.
Neither one of us are getting millionaires off of this, and neither one of us are going broke off of it. But the amount of work that we put in to make that, is a lot, but it was worth it because we're not only building the brand, but we're giving, honestly, memories that will last longer than a lifetime. You know what I mean? These people, when they're grandpas, their grandchildren can see these performances that I filmed them as well. You know what I mean? So
right.
There was a moment with one of the artists, shout out Nano Nubs, because I've already talked to him about it and everything too. And that's part of my team. Really, honestly, I'd say that he would be one of the artists I'm interested in signing at some point if we do start a label.
Shout out Nano.
Yeah, I was recording him during our first show, and I was looking back at all the film, bro, and I just got chills and almost started crying and shit and everything too, because he literally looked away, and it was a song I engineered, and I saw him write the song in the studio. All he had was a hook for it, but it was all up in his feelings and everything on the song. And he ended up performing that. In that little intro part, I saw him look away, and I saw him go through his mind. Whatever he wrote that song about went through his mind. And it's that's what we do this for. You know what I mean? Those moments, because that could save someone's life. Something like that, just having a moment of feeling alive. You know what I mean?
Oh, yeah.
And so it was just it really made me happy. And it's yeah, let's keep doing this, because we're giving these people memories, and we're giving them memories they can share with others. We're giving, just kind of a platform. I try to treat everyone like they've already made it. You know what I mean? They're the next Kanye, because why wouldn't I? You know what I mean? You never know, number one, what someone's gone through, but where they're going to be going either, or what your little bit of believing in them where that could take them. You know what I mean? He might have stopped making music, but yet he's still making music. And part of that could be because I pushed him. But then same thing,
it was almost at the end, yeah.
But had he not reciprocated that love for it, I might have not even started. I might have still been writing just lyrics, may have never put that on a beat or behind a mic. So
wow, man, That's really powerful, man. I feel like especially coming from a small town like Pueblo, everyone kind of discredits us. If you say you're from Pueblo, you're like kind of already quote unquote like a crackhead, bro. They're like, oh, do you do drugs?
No, I've had artists say they're not coming on our shows.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Because of Pueblo.
Oh yeah.
And like part of that's because that Stevie Stone show got shot up in the parking lot, allegedly. Allegedly.
Who's Stevie Stone?
Yeah, allegedly. But at the same time, and that wasn't our show, of course. And that was some bad booking. Now I don't think that I really like the guy who threw the show, so I don't mean to say that in that way. I just mean that like I think the way the lineup worked out, and I think the crowds were mixed, and I don't think it worked out right.
Mm-hmm.
However, I don't think that there needs to be a lot of hate in this town, and I think that, or like from the outside looking in, but I think that it's real. There is a lot because people won't come and do a show, people won't come to the show, little things like that. It's hard to, but yet when you really look at numbers, maybe not news, but numbers, we're Denver's bad, Spring's bad, Greeley's bad. Like there's bad areas, everywhere.
Mm-hmm. And like when it comes down to it, like people feel like they're taking a risk going to a hip hop show in Pueblo because just talent wise, like they straight up said that too. Like, people don't look for talent in Pueblo. People ain't going out there.
No, they don't. And honestly, dude, like I'll say this on the pod, Denver rappers, like 90% of Denver rappers, no, they're not on my playlist. Never will be on my playlist. Never will be on my playlist. Probably won't be in my studio. Like, I'm not too crazy because I'm still starting up. I'll pretty much record you no matter who you are. But there's people I'm like, no, I'm not going to record you. Like one guy came in just talking a bunch of like 666 stuff. You do you. That's not for me. I didn't kick him out of my studio. It was just like I slowed down contact and like let him find another, kind of told him about some other places that might work with his music better. You know what I mean? Little things. But like Denver rappers, bro, I can't stand that flow. I'd probably say no. Or I'd probably have him record them and I'd just mix and master. Honestly, like, shout out Hey A1, fire videos. I got to get him on here, honestly. You need him on here for sure. Pretty much look up 80% of his videos and there's that flow. Which, like, I've told him that in Messenger. I'm like, dude, your videos deserve so much better than the songs they get. But then there's some guys who do it right. But how would you describe that flow? It's just kind of like statement after statement. It's like,
just like
pull up on your street and I saw
punch in.
Pull up on the street, saw you talking to cops.
Just punching after punching, just random shit. Just
like it's literally like that. Like it's just bar after bar after bar after bar, but it's that same little statement. Like. It's dumb stuff. Like it's just not. It's not music. It's just rap. And I'm okay with rap, but there needs to be some sort of hip hop to rap. You know what I mean? Like there needs to be.
Yeah, and honestly, like I haven't really heard anybody out of Denver that I personally fuck with.
I would say
besides like Trev Rich.
Yeah, I'd say shout out Trev Rich, and I'm sure that there's plenty of Denver artists that I haven't heard of. Same as those guys haven't heard of Pueblo.
Yeah.
You
guys tapped in with Rost and Rhino. Rost and Rhino. Shout out to homie Ross and Rhino. He lives in New York, but he only covers Colorado artists.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm gonna have him on the pod.
Okay.
I'm gonna have him Zoom.
Yeah.
But
yeah, I'll definitely.
Bro, yeah, peep him, bro. Fucking, there's artists in like Greeley, bro, that I wasn't even tapped in with, bro. But they were making like some hard ass shit.
Yeah, I bet. Like little towns like that. It's little towns, It's like a lot of those little towns won't ever get the recognition that they deserve, and even from their peers, but. They're some of the best music that you'll hear. Yeah, I'm definitely down to listen to them.
Yeah,
I would say
just
that
a guy.
Pueblo,
it's just a promoter.
From just one guy?
Yeah, it's just a promoter.
Yeah, from Pueblo, honestly, bro, I'd say from what I've heard, we have better artists than Denver and Springs. Yeah, and I've only been to so many shows up there, but from what I've seen. There's a lot of
Pueblo artists that I listened to before I even listened to
For Denver. Sure. That's all I listen to. For real. Like, Kanye doesn't get my plays. Like, Drake doesn't get my plays. Like, I did listen to all of their album through once, but like they don't get my steady plays. You know what I mean?
And then there's good people in Springs too. There's dope people in Springs.
Yeah, there are. No, there definitely is. But I just think like Pueblo, like a lot of Pueblo people don't miss. It's very rare that a Pueblo person misses on music. So far, in my experience.
Let's get
It's just the way they market it. It's a lot of the like. That's what I think doesn't bring the success people expect. Is just the way they're marketed in themselves and the way they're presenting themselves.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, nobody's willing to put the money in. I will say that about Pueblo artists is we are we are kind of afraid to do that. But I think part of that is we're afraid to spend money. But I think part of that is because nobody's seen anybody make it out of here right now, you know, as in the music industry or in entertainment industry or anything really. So I think it's hard for some people to really see how it's better to go and put, you know, I'm right now I'm doing 25 an hour for the rest of the month, or rest of the year, but normally it's 30. But like it's hard for people to go and put 30 an hour into the studio if, you know, they could put 30 in their gas tank or 30, you know, into food or something that they might actually like obviously need.
Oh yeah.
You know, or maybe it is some wants, but it's just you still have to line up in their priority. But I don't think that enough Pueblo artists have that community within the fans yet to really see their dream out to where they are willing to go ahead and spend that money because they know that they'll get it back in streams or they'll get it back in something else. You know what I mean? Which streams aren't going to pay you. They're not. The streams take a minute to pay. Really. They're like, I think it's 3 streams is a penny, like a 0.9% of a penny or something. So like you're not gonna make money off of streams, but you know, people need to start buying albums from people. People need to start buying singles from people, and like nobody markets that. Nobody tells people that. Instead, it's just like, hey, listen to my song, listen to my song, listen to my song. But you need to really be like, hey, man, I make music. Like, this is what I make music about. Like, I would love for you to check out my music. Like, just kind of connect with people, not just, like, send a link.
And
or post
really
a link and then, hey, you know. You're like, why are these people not clicking my link? Well, because you're just a link. You need to be a personality. You need to be a person. You know, like, you can't just be a link.
Yeah, like, that's what I always say. Like,
I love that.
It's a show 24/7, like, nowadays. You know, if you really want to get on with this music, you really have to put on a show 24/7 with your music and then with the bullshit that you're posting on Instagram and shit, you know, like.
And law of attraction.
Yeah,
it's a real thing.
Yeah, you have to really just be.
Dude, when I'm having bad months or bad weeks and I'm just like kind of doubting it and I'm saying, oh, this isn't going to work. Because that's going to happen in any business. I mean, it happens, you know. You're going to be like, oh, this isn't going that great. I mean, Apple was down on their ass too, and then they hired back Steve Jobs and was going, you know. They're like, okay, now we can make it. But like they're ready to do bankrupt. Like it's just, every business can do that. But I think being able to, I kind of forget what I was saying with that, but being able to like just continue on and make, the law of attraction part. So yeah, so being able to go through all that, I only go through those times when I'm being negative myself. When I'm thinking about it failing, it starts to fail. When I'm thinking about it being positive and I'm speaking about it and I'm putting all this energy into my work, that's when success comes, but also that's when my best work comes. Mm-hmm. So it works hand in hand, you know what I mean? But if I'm over here saying that it's not going to work, then I've felt it within my 2 years of doing this. It stops working because you're thinking negatively.
Oh yeah, no, manifestation.
It just stops working.
Manifestation.
Yeah, I can't write music. If you start thinking about that too long, you're in a writer's block for a whole month and a half before you get out of it. You know.
Yeah, and like everything that's happening in my life, honestly, right now, I feel like I manifested it since like the end of high school. Like, I don't know. I really just put my mind to it, and it didn't happen as fast as I wanted to happen, or I would like for it to happen.
But I'd say you're successful at our current job. I mean,
you worked your way up for sure.
Basically,
yeah. I manifested that too, and that's what I'm saying. Like literally in every aspect of my life, I feel like I've manifested everything from like my personal life to my job, you know, my regular job, and then to the studio and where it's at now, and even like my music. Even though I haven't dropped anything really, and like I'm not popping like that at all, but like. I'm like,
check out the flame.
I'm just happy with the shit, you know. I'm just happy with how everything's going right now, you know. Like, I'm just happy to be a part of this shit, you know.
Hell yeah! So you guys are like quote unquote pretty woke.
I feel like woke is taking on a new definition, so I got to be careful because I got to read the new definition because like I don't know. I would say we're definitely more what you would call not even really hipster. I'd say we're just kind of like
I don't know,
hipster.
See, I don't know what hipster even means anymore. Everything's changing these days, so
you guys are pretty like you guys are pretty enlightened. You guys are like
I feel like, you know,
you just talking about manifestation and stuff like that.
I feel like, you know, I'm not like super religious neither, but I feel like, you know, I have a relationship with God, and you know, I've definitely put it in His hands, and that's what I like to say too, you know, like
shout out Jesus Christ.
God's put me here. This is where God put me. Shout out God.
You know, this one's for God.
Shout out God.
You know, and like a lot of people that know me, like from like way back in the day, middle school, high school, whatever, like they wouldn't expect me to fucking be dropping music, putting out music, or being on a fucking podcast, or having
the quality,
having a studio in my crib. You know, like, you know, that surprised a lot of people. You know, it surprised a lot of my old friends, a lot of family. You know, but like, you know, I'm just trying to do this shit. You know, I said I want to be part of hip hop. whether I'm making the music, whether I'm recording it, whether I'm shooting the video for it, whether I'm the manager, whatever I'm doing, whether I'm doing a podcast, whatever. Like
whether you're parking cars. Shout out you for parking cars at the last show.
Oh yeah. Shit, like I said, I do what I have to do to, you know, keep it rolling, keep the show going, you know.
Yeah, that's facts. No, I definitely believe in God as well. I would say that I'm more about the relationship than religion, though. So I'm not like real deep into that.
Yeah, that's what I mean too. Like, yeah.
But like, I definitely believe in Him.
I can't act like I go to church all the time or anything, but like, you know, I definitely believe there's a higher power.
But then I also like when I say law of attraction, it may not be as like third eye law of attraction as you might think, but at the same time, I do go with that, and I do think that like I mean, even the moon. I mean, we're made out of what 60% water or whatever. Like, how could we say that the moon cycles wouldn't affect us? Like, I believe a lot of that stuff. I don't really dive into it, but I feel like you could believe a lot of both. Like, there's a lot of science in religion as well. But you know, but like I said, it's more relationship than religion for me. I even said that on my last song, No One.
Yeah.
I said something about like, don't you question my. I said I can't do religion, but don't you question my faith.
I heard that.
And that's just kind of, you know, that's part about it. Yeah, shout out you for making the lyric video. That's fire. For real.
Oh yeah. Damn, yeah. So
has anyone shouted you out yet?
You know, I always
shout out Deryk.
I always shout out myself.
It's always just
in
shout
the
out
morning.
Street Champs.
Exactly. Wow.
Shout out Street Champs.
Yeah.
Wow, that's my first shout out.
Shout out Deryk.
No, I always shout out myself.
I'll even say the last name.
First thing in the morning.
Bleep it if you want.
I don't care.
Give your address and everything.
Oh yeah. So what about like? All right. So you were talking about manifestation and stuff like that. What about like?
I definitely believe in like what you speak happens. That happens, for real.
Energy and stuff. That's why you were saying you don't want that guy screaming 666 in your record in your studio. You know, because you have to listen to that shit. So it kind of.
I don't want his negative energies in there because
exactly.
like then when you come in my studio, your energies might turn negative or something. I do believe absolutely in like.
Because like even this time last year, we weren't thinking about having 2 shows come on this year, you know, like we weren't planning on that, and like now here we are, like 2 of them already under our belt, you know. And it's just like, damn, you know, I like, you tell me that I was gonna have 2 shows this time last year, I would have been like, what the fuck, like how?
Yeah, how are we gonna do that?
What the fuck?
Yeah, have you guys always been like kind of positive, or have you guys ever struggled with like kind of like negative thoughts or something like that?
Oh, I definitely struggled with depression from probably like 15 to 20 something, like 23, probably even 24, maybe even.
I feel like I was always pretty positive.
To an extent, anyway. Like, I was always a happy person. I remember getting some sort of like compassion award and everything back in like elementary school. Like all kind, you know, I was always like that like happier kid. But I was always like kind of semi ADD. Never diagnosed or anything, obviously, but like to where I'd kind of get in some trouble, and you know. Middle school, my desk was out in the hallway for a certain class and stuff, you know, that kid. But no, I think everything was pretty much positive for the most part. But I definitely was like pretty sad around 15 or 16. I don't even really remember why. I think it's just kind of growing up and, you know, going through puberty and all the different things that you go through around those ages and everything in school. And I think maybe sports related as well or something. But shout out Blue, my dog, rest in peace. But he came into my life and kind of like definitely saved me for a minute. I remember having some sad times with him though, and like, you know, those things, and then got past all that, and I'd say music has kind of been my main saving grace that's gone on. There's like a cat dying outside right now.
The dog.
Yeah, something.
That's funny. But yeah, I'd say like music's been my main saving grace. But I remember when I was 17, to get on with that, when I was 17, I started a suicide prevention page on Facebook, and was able to help somebody that very first night, alongside Gary, I think his last name was Ramirez, which I had also met just that recently through that page. And we were able to save him. And somehow, I don't know who did it, but somehow it got onto the news and everything. And I mean, it got as big enough to where Ellen DeGeneres was trying to talk to us, and like, like all those people, like Good Morning America and Steve Harvey, all those people. Well, I ignored it all because, you know, I'm not going to... That dog's going crazy right now.
I know.
But I ignored like most of the emails and everything because I was just kind of too nervous to do it. But I always kind of had a passion for, people who were hurting, because I kind of knew what it felt like, and I never really knew why I felt that way or whatever. And I figured it out nowadays. I've gone through it all, but I definitely have always had that side of me that wants to help others through their depression or through their sad times or through whatever, because their hardships, because I've been there. You know what I mean? I know how it feels.
Yeah, I feel like hip hop saved my life.
For sure. Yeah.
In a way.
No, for real. Like it definitely could have. I don't think I was ever the guy who could have gone further than that. But yeah, for sure, it's definitely made me appreciate my life, for sure. It's given me more of a goal and a dream and just an outlook, Mm-hmm. All my goals nowadays, I wake up and I think about music. Like I think about, okay, who am I going to work with today? What am I going to do? Like what's next?
Yeah.
So,
dude, if I'm being honest with you, I'll fucking say it on the pod. Daniel, you inspired me, brother. Like I saw you grinding, bro. And like this pod has been going on for about a month.
Yeah.
Dude, you inspired me, bro. Like
I appreciate that,
like
man.
Daniel,
Yeah.
like Daniel's putting on for the city.
He
Like
goes.
No,
He
dude,
goes
Daniel,
for it. He just puts his mind to it, and he just like.
No, I definitely
he says,
appreciate
"Fuck
that.
it."
Because I honestly feel like a lot of the times I feel like I'm not doing enough. A lot of times I feel like I'm not cheap enough. A lot of times I feel like, just little things like that. And I do get a couple of you guys who show me that love, and that means the world. But it's few and far between. So when it does happen, it definitely means more than you think it does.
Nah, hell yeah,
For
bro.
real.
Like maybe you're not cheap enough or whatever, but you inspired that person to be like, fuck him, I'm gonna start my own shit. And that's all we need. We need more creatives in Pueblo. If they're not going to you, start your own shit. Who cares?
Exactly. And like I said,
start your own. I'll teach you.
Since I was in high school, I've been trying to get some shit popping off, but like I just felt like I wasn't around the right people. I wasn't connected to the right people, and I wasn't able to find the right people. And it like took me like I was just always getting discouraged with it, and I was always like fuck it, and I always end up putting it away, And then someone will come back around like, all right, well, let's try this again. Let's try to start doing this music shit again.
Oh yeah.
And then it'll just like fall off again. Either that person wasn't as serious or whatever. But then, like I said, Danny came around and he's like, yo, let's do it. And like I said, like I had already been with a few homies who tried to get this shit popping, and it just didn't work out. And so like I was like, all right, well, let's try it again. Let's go. And like I said, when he took it, he ran. Like he just shot to the moon. Honestly, like. He said, fuck it. I want to be one of the biggest studios in the city. Let's do it. Okay. All right, let's go.
Hell yeah.
Work with the best. Yeah.
Oh, yeah. I have a little story with Danny. I remember when I first moved back from Durango, I saw Danny was doing his shit here, and I was kind of doing some music shit in Durango. And I hit him up. I was like, yo, let's chill.
Auto-tuned.
I go to his house, and I bring my mic and my laptop because I was running Logic Pro, and I was like, bro, check this shit out. Like I've been playing with these auto tunes, and he's like, damn, that shit's fire. But what were you running? You were running
Pro Tools.
But
I think I probably didn't have the unlimited like I do now. I probably had like the starter Pro Tools.
I don't know, but I know we sat there for probably 3 or 4 hours, bro, just chilling. Shout out Brian.
Is it
Brian? Brian. Boyce.
Oh, it's Brian. Okay, yeah. Shout out Brian Boyce. He just had his second kid, by the way.
I know.
A couple days ago.
Shout out Brian.
Shout out babies.
Yeah, shout out all babies. For real. Yeah. Shout out Skyland. I forget what his kid's name is right now. Damn, I'm on the spot.
Here's a little bit of shatter you could wrap around this joint.
Oh shit.
But yeah, no, I definitely remember that because that was a fun night. Honestly, you had your little blue microphone right there, and
yeah.
We're going through Logic's auto-tune completely T-pained out, maxed out.
That was like the first...
Those were vibes.
Yeah, bro. Hell yeah. That was like the first little...
I could tell you the color of the room that day.
Really?
It was blue. Yeah.
We were in the corner.
It's a dark blue little... Yeah. That was like the original studio.
Yeah.
That was when it was just that small corner that was probably from like here to, the outside of that.
Oh, shit.
Oh.
And then we expanded to make it the whole room.
Yeah. That's awesome, man. So, as far as the studio goes, what's your goals with that?
Dude, I want to engineer for the greatest, like honestly, but I want to build that team from the ground up. But like, by all means, yeah, I'll sign with, like, not sign with, but like, I'll record whoever will let me record them. But I want to be known as like the best engineer, like the place to go. Like, we were talking about doing a video series soon, where it would be like sessions with DMANE, and like. I want it to be literally an experience for every artist to come to my studio, to come and get to work with me. I want every track I do to be known. Like, kind of like DJ Khaled, I guess, in that sense, to where like, okay, he did this track, like stuff like that, to where it's just really like a community kind of in a sense that I'm building. I want to be that within the studio. So I do want to, in a sense, stay local, but I also want to be bigger than local as well. And I would love to have like, I guess basically say I'd love to have certain artists that I engineer for strictly eventually. Mm-hmm. So like not be available to the public unless it's like a high dollar price or I'm signing you, mm-hmm.
So you see yourself signing artists in the future?
Yeah, I would like to, or at least making agreements. I might not sign them, because I like the idea of independence. Being an independent artist. I like that idea, and I don't want to take that away from anybody. Like, I want you to own your master. Unless I made your beat, then I might own a little bit of it, but which I haven't really got into too much. I haven't done too much beat making, but as far as all that goes, I want to keep that. I want to let them have that.
Hell yeah! Got a little torch right here, bro.
It's all going for
yeah. Damn. Put a bunch of shatter on it, but yeah, man.
I see that shatter and keef. It looks like
yeah.
Crazy.
You think you guys could handle some keef on yours?
Yeah.
You're gonna be dead by the end of this podcast.
I'm already about
tripping.
DMANE.
Got me circling all my topics.
Yeah, I'll just hand you this whole tray, bro. Do your little goodies with this.
Circling my topics already.
No, but
that's a little bit of everything on
Yeah,
here.
like I said, you have really put on for the city, man. I think in this short little time, anyone I have shouts you out, and it's only the beginning. It's only up from here.
I appreciate that for real. I really do. Like I said, I'd be more active right now. We're just looking for that venue. But studio is still always active. Speaking of Drew, you mentioned Drew the Goon. I think that was before the podcast, but he's going to be coming over tonight. And then I got Ronnie coming over tomorrow, Ronnie Lucero. There's a bunch of people making music. When I got to engineer Most High's entire album, that was kind of probably the starting point that really got me. Yeah, shout out Most High. That was a starting point, man. That really made me feel legitimate. Was when I started with Most High. I got that full album done.
Yeah.
And we got to work together all those hours. We did a set price ahead of time, which I like to do. That way we can just lock in. You know what I mean? Like you're not worried about time. I'm not worried about time. We're just locking in. We're going to finish this project. And I feel like that really motivated me. So I think it takes a village. Like I'm grateful that I motivated you, but I think that you've also motivated me back, because this is something that I wanted to do as well. And I'm like, I don't know if could I really get enough people? Well, I've seen you do it 3 times a day, or 3 times a week. You know what I mean? So it's
3 times a week, Monday,
okay,
Wednesday,
success
Friday,
can happen. Like hard work brings success, and put your money where it needs to be. The good lighting, the good camera, the good, background and everything like that. That's what you need. You got good mics, studio mics, condenser microphones. You didn't go cheap with it all. Except for your headphones, but
just trying to make this wax.
Yeah. No, I like my headphones like this because I wear hats typically because I have crazy hair. I have long hair, but the headphones hurt my ears.
Oh, I got you.
I have more of those, but I don't like them.
That's fair. Yeah. I was gonna say I almost brought mine over because I'm like, this guy needs his.
No, I like the pods or whatever the fuck these are called.
The wired ones though. Come on.
A lot of people use
that Bluetooth. No, I get it. You got to plug into the gear.
Yeah, this is what I fuck with.
That makes sense though.
Yeah, but thank you. I appreciate you.
Yeah. No, you definitely inspired me back.
That's what Pueblo is lacking, bro. We need everyone is so quick. Yeah, everyone is so quick to be like, yo, you don't you're not good enough, but no one's real enough to be like,
and honestly,
you're starting.
And honestly, that was my problem, I just didn't really like to reach out, Like I said, my uncle and my cousin been doing it, but I always felt like I needed to do it on my own, I needed to build it on my own and not just get a handout, you know what I mean?
Yeah. Hell yeah.
But I mean, like I said, that low key kind of hurts you, you kind of got to be able to reach out and just say, hey, help me with this shit,
No, totally, dude. I recently interviewed a guy named Tyler Schoen. Shout out Tyler. He worked on, you guys know this show Undercover Billionaire?
I know that name, but yeah.
All right. So
okay, yeah.
Discovery Channel filmed a TV show in Pueblo called Undercover Billionaire. Mm-hmm. Grant Cardone, he's a billionaire. He has this whole university thing. He came to Pueblo, and his goal was to start $1 million business. He started Wake Up Pueblo, and Tyler Schoen is the marketing director. He used to be. He quit recently to make his own movies.
That's why I know the name.
But yeah, dude. I was like, what's the one? Because he mingled with all these billionaires. I was like, what's the one piece of knowledge that they left you with? And off the top, bro, he was like, contacts equal contracts. So fucking contacts equal contracts.
It's true. It's very true. Yeah, network.
Like, he said that so fast, bro. And I'm like,
network.
I never thought of that. Like you think of it, but like never in that like so simple terms. Contacts equal contracts.
Yeah, no, it's true. I mean, and you're seeing that though tenfold already because like, I mean, and hopefully never, but so far I don't think you've had a shortage of people. You just told me about like 3 episodes you just filmed, and then like you said you got like 2 more like that are coming up right away. So I'm sure you don't have a shortage of people. I just mentioned 3 or 4 people since I've been here. Maybe not all on the pod, but I've mentioned 3 or 4 people that I'm going to bring down to you. And it's like little things like that. It's just contacts. Like you said, bring contracts. I like that.
Yeah, dude. But there will never be a shortage of people, bro. I want to go interview like some homeless people, bro. Are you familiar with Software Underbelly? Dude, this guy Mark. He'll interview like the most intense people you ever heard of, bro. Like 13-year-old blind prostitute, or like 13-year-old like crackhead, or like inbred family. Like, whoa. Yeah, bro. He'll interview like the craziest people. Huh? Yeah. So like I wanna fucking. Because Pueblo isn't just peaches and cream, no state is just fucking great.
No, never.
So like I want to go down and really get in the sticks with like the people that you just see and you just pass by.
I think that'd be cool. Yeah. I think that'd be really, really cool, honestly.
There's a lot of people out there like that.
Oh yeah.
Some of the best conversations I've had were with people like that. I remember one time I was young and dumb, but like probably 22 or something, or not, my bad, like 19 probably or something. But I gave money to a guy for a beer, a homeless guy, because he directly told me what he wanted the money for. He said, "Hey man, can I have some money?" I said, "What'd you want it for?" He said, "I wanted to go get a beer from across the way." And so I was like, "Okay, cool. You told me." I just so happened to have another beer in my truck, gave him a beer there.
Oh,
well,
hell
then
yeah.
I felt like, okay, I'm like one of those little, like, probably annoying guys, but like went and talked to him for a little bit. And I remember like being like, yeah, so like, what's your story? Blah, blah, blah. And it was really inspiring. I remember having chills most of the whole conversation because I was able to hear his struggle, hear his story. And he truly was looking for a job and stuff, or at least that's what he told me, all these different things. And like, I was able to kind of be like, okay, well, hey, go check this place out. Go check this out. Like, I know some resources about here, and it was just kind of a really good way of doing that. And then I was able to write down my number, give it to him. He never called me, but like I gave it to him and said, hey, if you ever do need something, call me and I might be able to help. You know what I mean? So it was cool to, I think that'd be definitely something that you would enjoy doing. Because like I said, I had chills the whole conversation. It was cool hearing his story.
That's awesome, man. Yeah. Like, each person experiencing that stuff isn't a bad person. There's
no,
like literally I've heard like Americans are mostly 2 missed paychecks away from being homeless.
I believe
like,
it.
If I missed 2 paychecks, I'd probably be fucking homeless right now.
Well, that's why they're doing stimulus checks and everything. Like families needed that money.
All right, so what are you guys fucking working on right now?
Trying to release a little project, a little mixtape, a little album, whatever you call it these days. On everything. So.
Yeah, right now I'm pretty much focused on. We have like 3 or 4 songs that I've been pulling up a bunch of beats and kind of writing a bunch of hooks and everything. I've kind of been on my hook game lately, and I've been trying to kind of build something there to where we have a nice little project together to drop. And then me and 4-Way Amp, we've been making a bunch of songs recently. We got 2.5 songs done together that I want to do a little project with him. And I'm really just trying to kind of build that out the box team, that brand right now, that label, just to kind of inspire others around us, but also to know that like we're all good, we're all strong. You know what I mean? There's not a weak link in our team is kind of what I want to show people. And so I've just kind of been on my artistry a little bit more than just the engineering, and I've kind of dove into that side of it a lot. And I'm working on I'm hoping for like a January 1st release date. I don't know if I'll be able to do that, but have a nice little 7 or 8 track album by myself.
Oh, really?
With some features, but yeah, of my own.
Do you have a title for it?
I don't just yet. I definitely have this crush just fell out. Can you fix that right quick while I answer this? I don't have a title just yet, but I definitely have like a vibe to it. It's kind of it's a lot of like pain beats, kind of like Polo G type beats. So like a lot of like piano and like just kind of get you in your feelings is what it's meant to do. But I think like that song that you did, No One, is going to be on there. About the Money, my other release is going to be on there.
Peep that
so
shit.
So two of the singles are already out. Yeah, About the Money featuring Quez. That one's getting the most love. Definitely streams wise, I still am obviously a beginning artist, but as far as, it's got like 31 likes to 1 dislike or something. And then like everyone that I show on TikTok or whatever, sometimes I'll go on lives and be like, yo, check out my song. Everyone's liking it. I haven't really got too many negative reviews at all. So like that's inspiring too. I'm like, okay, let's make this music. But yeah, no, I think we're just, that's kind of where I'm headed right now, is just kind of album mode, trying to write more often, trying to find more beats. Shout out Nigel. We just wrote a song to one of Nigel's beats. Nigel again,
Oh, really? What's that called?
What are we calling that song? That's with Four-Way. It's going to be with Four-Way, myself, and with Quez. So it's going to be all 3 of us. I don't know if that'll go on my album or not, but I think it will, because that beat was actually made for... It's called Uke 191 is the beat. I'll tell you that much, but I don't know what we'll call the song.
Yeah, I don't know what it's called yet.
But yeah, so I did the hook on that one. They both got verses, so we're going to put that on there as well. But it's a lot about, I'd say, just thought-provoking... It's kind of about my life, I guess. Bars. I don't know. No, it's kind of about my... Yeah, it's dope bars, but it's about my life. Like, I guess is what what my album's going to probably be about. It's just kind of what I'm currently going through, I guess, mixed in with a little bit of my past. Because, like, I got some songs that are kind of about love or whatever, failed love, or some hooks about it, or maybe even just a bar about it. And that's not necessarily associated with my current relationship. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. It's just something that I feel like was good in an album or good in a bar that I really did live through, and went ahead and went with that. Bless you.
Sorry, bro. Fucking, it's not COVID, I swear. Just fucking the weed got in my nose.
It's the marijuana cough.
Yeah, facts.
But it was a sneeze.
No, these are good questions to ask, though, because like I need to kind of think about that, because an album needs to have a picture to it. You know what
totally.
I mean? And a video to it too, like in a sense, like a mental imagery to it, I guess is what I'm trying to say.
Yeah. You keep referring to Four-Way and, how would you first off, how would you describe your music but his music, but as a conglomerate? How does it all come together?
Oh, he's one of the most well-rounded artists I've ever met. Yeah, he can sing, he can rap.
Yeah.
I play a little game in the studio when I'm bored. I'll just throw on a random beat and also do it freestyle. Run it, and he freestyles something. He
just gets on it.
I mean, I'll throw like Ray Charles on there and he's like singing it, you know what I mean? Like just some random, like he'll make his own song to anything. And so I think he inspires me that way. And then like when I first met him, which was only like 8-9 months ago, is when I got my camera. It was like the first day, and he like rode with me to go get my camera. Like was totally from then on I knew I could trust him. You know what I mean? Because like I just rode with this dude that I barely know with like an $1,800 camera and everything else. You know, like I know I could trust him, number one. And then we built off of that. And he's just always been there music-wise and everything when I need him, and then even outside of that as well. And he's come to find out mutual friends with a lot of the people that I grew up with and everything too. So, and then, I mean, as far as like selling tickets and stuff, that dude's an animal. He like sells like 75 tickets a show, and then he runs the host for us and everything too. So, yeah, that guy, that Four-Way definitely means a lot to me. And I'd say we were just talking about how he wants to make timeless music from now on.
Timeless.
Because he said he feels like he's just been showing his bars, and he's showed his, for lack of a better term, like kind of hood side of things more.
Yeah.
And the struggle more, and he wants to start, rapping kind of like the Mac Miller change. You know how Mac Miller went from just kind of college frat boy to making albums, like literally records. You know what I mean? It wasn't just a CD anymore. It wasn't just a mixtape. It was making albums. And don't get me wrong, all of Mac Miller's work is my favorite work. He's my favorite artist. But just to kind of become an artist, and that's what Four-Way wants to do recently. And I think part of what I've been talking to him about and everything is inspiring that, because like I won't I'll let him, but very rarely will I let him just come in and just completely freestyle. I'm like, okay, now you heard that freestyle, now write to it and work off of it,
Mm-hmm. So as a conglomerate, how would you describe how your music works together?
I think it's really good because I kind of give that
melody.
Yeah, he's got
the
that
melody for the hook, for the chorus, whatever, and then Danny could pick it up wherever he needs to.
I definitely think that I kind of can, like recently within our songs, I've set the tone on the chorus, on the hook, and then that's got to shape his bars. And then like also obviously I mentioned when I want to mention if he needs to change something or whatever, I'll say stuff. Very rarely do I actually like ghostwrite in that sense for him or whatever. I'm not saying I'm his ghostwriter, you know what I mean? But like I'll be like, hey, you should say something about this, and then he'll find a way and just plug it in. But I think I just try to set the tone. I just, like I said, I see myself as hook man right now. I'm not. I like writing verses. I'm good at verses, I think, but I think that my strength right now is hooks. So together, it's a hard question, but I guess together we make very. It's unique. I don't know. It's good. It's good music. Mm-hmm. We make good music together. You get a little bit of each side, you know, because he's got that little bit more of like that street, that hood side a little bit, and he's got those bars in there too. A lot more 90s references, a lot more 2000s references. Like just in general, he's got he's a punchline rapper, a lot of punchlines, you know, and like and I'm more of I want to write something that you've probably gone through because I've gone through it, and like I tried to write it in a way that you would feel it too, and be able to apply it to your own life, you know. Like I try to always write something that's happened to me at some point or another, so it's all truthful, but I definitely try to open it to where you can interpret it whichever way you want to, you know what I mean? Mm-hmm. So
oh yeah, what do you think aside from that, what do you think differentiates you from other artists in Pueblo? Or maybe just across the board.
I think I put more time into.
I definitely try to have quality, but I definitely like hold on to it for too long. I will admit that.
Yeah. I know I keep pulling out that crutch. Yeah, I think I care more about the quality. I'd say as far as how it goes. Like I care more about the quality than a lot of people.
Definitely not. Or go ahead.
No, you're good because I don't really know how to answer that question. That's a
I'm
tough
definitely
question.
not like a freestyle artist. Like I don't just go in there and freestyle. Like I always try to this. If I'm gonna go in the studio and record, I'm gonna go to record. You know, because I have everything written, ready to go already. You know, so like I have like maybe 3 songs ready to go, and then we'll just knock out those 3 songs recording wise, and then.
When he says written, he means in his head. This is Jay-Z himself right here.
I mean, like I write stuff down if I need
in
to,
his head.
But for the most part, like I do just like, because I feel like once you write it down on paper, now I'm envisioning the words instead of like the actions and the story in my head, like a memory type thing. Like now I'm just seeing the words on the paper, and so like if I misspell a word or if there's a scribble or if there's something on the paper, now like when I'm spitting the verse, now I'm just envisioning the paper and like how the paper looks, you know what I mean? So like I try to keep everything off paper or try to keep it off written, but like I will if I have to.
Oh wow, so it's all in your head right now?
Yeah, most of it, yeah.
Wow, how many songs are in your head right now?
I don't know.
At least the whole set.
No, give me a number.
Like there's probably like 30 songs that have never been written down.
Like if you pulled up the beat, yeah.
In your head right now?
Yeah.
Holy shit.
That's crazy.
I mean, I'm not trying to like
I'm over here struggling to reference like one bar.
But like I said, I don't freestyle or anything, or I'm not. Yeah, I'm definitely a writer.
Yeah. Wow. What about you, Daniel? Do you freestyle at all?
No, you won't catch me freestyling. I mean, I'll freestyle like melodies and beats, like studio mode to where I'm like melodies, you know, just like trying to figure something real quick, and then like I'll spit it like that, but like and maybe throw a couple words here and there to like give you the idea of where I'm going with it, or give myself the idea. But no, I don't freestyle. I think that's what I was gonna say too. Is so I'm not as talented at. I'm not as much of a rapper as I am an engineer and just kind of everything else with that promoter, all that stuff. But I care about my music and I care about my artistry. So as much as I don't know for sure if rap is my genre or not, I know that I'm going to make the best of that rap album that I'm going to do, you know, and that's where I'm at right now in my life. This is where I'm writing my songs to. We're going to go with that, you know? And, so I think that I would say that other people kind of are probably more established as that. Like they can go freestyle on the spot. They can do this, that. But I'll take that extra time that might take them 20 minutes, might take me 3 days, but I'm going to write that song in 3 days. And I'm going to make sure it's a good song, because if even after those 3 days, when I mix and master it, because I'm recording it all myself, I'm going to listen to it 5, 10, 30 times, go redo it, and, you know, like take as long as I want, because I'm not hurting myself at that point, but like I'm not missing out on money. I'm not missing out on anything else because I'm putting something in my own time, and, you know, just kind of. So I guess what I'm saying is like some people are really quick at working. I'm very slow at working on my own artistry, but I take that extra time needed to not only learn and get better, but to also make sure that I can match up with the best, you know?
Mm-hmm.
But I'm not going to be over here trying to tell you, hey, I'm the best rapper alive. I'm the best artist alive, you know, because I'm not. But can I make some of the best music alive? Absolutely, if I take the time to, you know? Just got to take the time to and put my heart into it and just really tell my story and lock in.
Damn.
Okay.
Oh, yeah, man.
But like when it comes to writing verses for like other people, like if I'm featured on it, I usually try to get it done like as quick as possible. Like,
That's when I can lock in.
Whether it's like right there in the studio, right then and there, or like just like, you know, just as quick as possible. Like there's like low key a lot of people that I have features with. Like I have tons of features with him, and then like I have other songs that still need to be released too. But like they're their songs, so like I ain't gonna say. But yeah.
You can say them. I just don't know all the names. We got to re-release Camo soon.
Yeah. That's
Camo's one of your joint tracks.
Yeah, a lot of people fuck with it. It's not one of my favorites, honestly, but
No.
a lot of people seem to fuck with it.
Oh, yeah.
No, it's not your favorite, but it's going to be our favorite once we do it. I got a good vision for it. Can't talk all of a sudden.
How would you describe your music?
Is that wax?
Yeah.
Shout out Rocky Mountain Blaze.
Yeah, facts.
My music, like, I don't know. I just try to vibe with the beat. I just try to talk my shit. I try not to, like, you know, like, I don't know. I guess lyrical in a way, but not really. Like, I just try to, like, you know, whatever fits, whatever goes.
You're a storyteller,
you know?
those too.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. Danny would probably say more.
I was
than
just telling you earlier that you're
Yeah.
abstract, but yet you stay on topic. It's the craziest thing. He'll talk about 10 different things, but he stays on one topic.
Yeah, because I was definitely influenced by, like, you know, like a lot of like 90s stuff, but a lot of our early stuff, like, you know, the Kendrick, you know, J. Cole, obviously Joey Badass, you know, and I'm still into like people like Freddie Gibbs, right now Griselda from Buffalo, New York, like they're going crazy, like, you know, people like that, like people that use like not the, you know, just regular trap beats, and like people that really just play with it and like really just go hard with it, you know.
Hell yeah.
But yeah, no, like my music, yeah, I just try to be myself. I try not to like say shit that's, I try not to put no cap in my rap, you know, like everything's pretty like
Facts. That's what's most important.
Yeah, like
I mean, if you can't feel your own lyrics and if you can't feel your own songs, then why are you making music?
For sure.
Like,
yeah.
Because I've got songs that are unreleased, and I've got songs that I
mean,
think have potential. I'm good too, bro. That's getting me going. So I have songs that I think have potential, but they're not ready to release at all, anywhere near it. So I just think that I guess as an artist right now, I just kind of, I'm really
like
trying
I said,
to
like
put out my best.
When it comes to the marketing, like I don't know, I just want to be like on point with it, you know. Like I just don't want to I've never wanted to just throw it out there. Like I always felt proud of just having like a dope song like locked away, like only like people that are really close to me have heard it, and like yeah, they're on my ass like, oh, you need to drop it, you need to drop it, you need to do this, you need to do that. I'm like, all right, well, hold up, well, it's like it's a
we
process,
need to get this right,
you know?
get that right, make sure cover art, yeah.
You know,
quality is definitely number one in my artistry and our business for sure. Like number one. And so yeah, if a song's not perfect, we're gonna wait till it's perfect. Like I can think of a song right now that I'm just waiting for the right person, and I think I may have found him the other day when he came in the studio, started singing. I'm like, okay, yeah, you might be able to sing that hook, because I wrote the hook, I know it's a good hook, but I can't sing it. And we've had someone come in, he did good, but not great, and I know it can be great, so I'm just gonna wait. You know, I'm gonna figure out who can do that hook. He's got a good verse on it, I have a good verse on it, and then at that point we'll figure out what to do with that song. But like, it's something that we're not in a rush to release anything that's not 100% ready, because we know, like, I mean, at least myself, and I think him as well, like we don't think about this as just until tomorrow or just until next week, or like, you know, a song fades off in a month or 5 months, whatever. No, I want this to be good in 100 years. I want this to be good in 200 years. I want this to always just be a good song. You know what I mean? Like, not just a song for the weekend or like Island Boy type shit. You know what I mean? Like just a little phase or whatever.
Do not disrespect the Island Boys.
I know they're gonna come out with so many hits, and I'm gonna take that back. I'm gonna be like, can I get a feature? No, I'm just kidding.
No, hell yeah, I respect.
Sing a hook for me. I kind of like your view count.
Nah, first off, shout out to Island Boys, but also I respect that mindset, bro. Like,
Pretty sure he's like a lady beater, so maybe we should shout them out. One of them. Saw some video.
Allegedly.
I meant the Lonely
Allegedly, yeah.
Allegedly. I meant the Lonely Island.
But anyway, my bad. Yeah, Lonely Island, yeah.
But no, I respect that mindset, man. You want to release something that's really good, damn near perfect.
Yeah.
But some people would even say that perfection is the enemy of success.
Exactly.
Yeah.
No, I feel that too, and I totally agree with that. Like, and a lot of my shit should have been out already, but like,
that's why nothing's out. No, you're right. Like, that's a very good point.
I've never really I'm not really trying to be like a rapper. Like I said, I've always been satisfied with the fact that I have a dope song and that I just have it, and that once I drop it, then it's gonna be something dope. It's gonna be something crazy, But like,
let it go crazy.
I know, yeah.
Like, you've always wanted to be like in the industry, but not like necessarily just like rapper, like label. Like you want to have like your identity to yourself, right? That's
right.
kind of what you're saying. Like, but you still want to be like,
yeah.
just want to be out there in the scene and everything. Not so much necessarily like you don't care about so much the fame, but just have enough money to pay for your family,
Exactly.
pay for yourself, things like that, and then just kind of get out in there.
Exactly. Yeah, because I feel like I'm already like low key successful in like in other aspects of my life, to where this is just another thing that of course I want to be successful, but it's just like one of those things where I'd rather focus. If we have studio time for people who are gonna pay, then I'm okay with putting my shit aside.
Mm-hmm.
And just running the business being more of like something that's actually gonna bring in the bill, pay the bills, because being an artist actually doesn't like he's like, I don't know if we said that earlier on camera, but like streams don't pay that much, like you got to be streaming millions, you got to be streaming
you have to find different
hundreds of thousands,
like,
for sure. And like these days, like I said, it's a 24-hour show. Unless you're gonna be 24/7 on social media doing whatever fucking, whether it's good publicity, bad publicity, like you got to be out there 24/7 to make any type of income off of just being a straight artist. You got to be doing tons of shows. It's a 24-hour show. Like I said, you got to be on social media, talking your shit, posting bullshit, posting the shit that's gonna get the views. So like, yeah, it's hard to be just straight an artist.
Mm-hmm.
That's why I want to be more, manager wise, investment wise, stuff like that.
Totally. Oh yeah. So you guys have bigger dreams than just being a quote unquote rapper. You guys want to be like a executive.
Right. I want to
be a CEO.
You can be a CEO. Hell yeah.
But also a rapper.
For sure.
You know what I mean?
Yeah. On your Jay-Z tip.
Or whatever music I might be making at that time.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I love reggae. I would love to somehow make reggae. But even if that's just me engineering some reggae, or even writing some lyrics or something for reggae. Country's got a, I mean, we live in Pueblo. It's got a big country culture here.
Yeah.
Because not everyone could be a rapper, and like people gotta be honest with themselves and like.
But a lot of it too is just investing. So when I invest in the business, I'm also investing in my career, his career, Four Way's career as rappers, or whatever songs or whatever they want to do, or like his graphic design career or your graphic design career if I hire you for a job, or however it might go. I feel like within my creation, within my hard work, within my continued effort, it can create other people's opportunity. It can give other people opportunity. So
hell yeah, man. That's what Pueblo needs. I keep referring to that, but like Pueblo needs someone to just be like, yeah, you do that. Okay, I could outsource it to you rather than doing it myself, because it'll put money in your pocket, but it also put interest in your mind, so you'll spread the message.
Yeah, exactly.
You spread my message because you're associated with the project.
Mm-hmm.
That's a perfect marketing idea. I think that's obviously the idea that anyone is trying to execute, really, with any business.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, you don't want to kind of put yourself in a box. You want to be out the box.
Yeah, exactly.
Shout out.
Hell yeah. So
as far as he looks at the camera, he's all, nah, I don't.
And like not everyone has, like I was saying, not everyone can be a rapper. Not everyone has to do like this kind of stuff. Like you gotta use your mind. You gotta use your hands. Like kids gotta know like there's other ways out there that can make big money. It's not just. Of course, the internet's going crazy, and of course, there's TikTok money, there's YouTube money, there's all that shit. If you could tap in with that, hell yeah, like you basically figured it out for the future if you could tap in with that. But like, and with the crypto and stuff too. But like, kids gotta know, like, it's okay to be a welder. It's okay to be a construction worker. It's okay to, you know, be a truck driver. But okay.
Just don't go home and just play video games for.
Yeah. Like it definitely comes down to also spending your money wisely and like learning how to grow with that. But like when it comes down to it, you know, everyone sees on Instagram, like everyone's doing this, everyone's doing that. But yo, look, it's okay to, like I said, be a driver, be fucking, you know, working with solar panels, doing whatever you need to do. You know what I mean? Like, go to school and learn how to do something with your hands, learn how to use your brain, and, you know, like, don't think you're stuck working a bullshit job. You know, don't be shoveling shit when you could be in a environmental controlled environment and, you know, be making good money. You know, don't think that you have to be fucking in the rain, fucking in the mud, somewhere shitty as fuck, when you could, you know, just take a couple classes, do what you need to do, and be in a better position, you know?
Fuck yeah, man. Hell yeah. You know, do you guys have any more advice for like younger artists that are trying to be where you guys are at?
I'd say as an artist, like,
I mean, it's all about putting out content. You just gotta put out content.
Put out content. But if you're struggling to pay for something, it's your studio time, your beats, your whatever, lock in with some financial people. Figure out how to LLC yourself. Figure out how to sole proprietor or whatever. Like, figure it all out. Make yourself a brand, a label. Start writing off all your studio time. Start writing off your cover art fees. You know, stuff like that. Just kind of be more businessman and less just rapper, you know, or just artist. Like, just really start being more businessman. And that's kind of part of, like, with me. I mean, beats aren't free, man. If you're
figure out real estate,
if you're buying beats, figure out whatever you can figure out, you know. But don't ever be complacent with just doing what you're doing. And I think just also, if you're a good freestyler, be a good freestyler. But write your music, make timeless music. You know, don't make a song that's just good for right now. Maybe a song, but don't make all your songs just good for right now. Make all your songs timeless. Make all your songs mean something, you know. Put your heart and soul into it. And, like, if you're not, really, why are you making music? Especially, why are you putting your money into it at that point, you know? But I think people need to know that it's not just for today, I guess, is what I'm saying, you know? Mm-hmm. I guess that's the advice.
If you're going to do it, you got to do it, you know? Like, got to put your all into it, for sure.
Lock in with it. Yeah,
and start young. I mean, if, like, to all the young people, like, yeah, like, write songs, like, make videos. Like I said, TikTok, fucking, like, get on that wave, you know? Figure out crypto, figure out the NFTs, you know? Figure out, you know, like, what's the next thing, you know? Don't waste your time bullshitting, you know? Like, everybody wants to sit around smoking weed, playing video games when you could learn, you could, you know, use your time wisely.
Hell yeah, man. You know, that's the second time you referenced cryptos, bro. How much crypto you holding?
Not as much as I would like, but I'm trying to get it together. You know, like I said, I'm learning. Hey. I'm trying to figure it out.
Hell yeah. Fuck yeah. All right.
Shout out Dogecoin.
Hey. Is there anything else you guys want to talk about?
You don't got any other questions, huh? Thought we were gonna do speed round or something.
And I would just say too, you know, like, for all the younger people, like, you know, because like I said, my mom and dad were together, but like my dad wasn't really there the way he really needed to be. Mm-hmm. And like I was the oldest basically, and like, you know, I didn't really have no one to really look to. That's why I said like hip hop saved my life, because like I listened to a lot of the shit like J. Cole was saying, like, and like how he the shit that he was saying in his songs was like making school sound cool, you know what I mean? So I would stay, and like I said, other reasons too, but like that was one of the main things too. And like I always look to that as inspiration. The same with Kendrick. Like they would always make, you know, being educated seem cool, you know what I mean? And so like I went with that. But I feel like I could have got involved in a lot of dumb shit. I could have went a different route. Things could have been a different way for me, but I was able to keep my head on straight, and I was able to keep, you know, focused on a goal, and like, you know, just like not be affected by the peer pressure, you know. Mm-hmm. And so I was just gonna say, like, you know, for the kids out there who don't have no one to tell them, who don't have no one around to say this to, but like, You don't have to be in the streets. You don't have to sell drugs. You don't have to be a part of no bullshit that you don't want to be a part of. You know what I mean?
For sure.
Like, there's different ways out. There's, like I said, you just gotta figure out what you like to do and stick to it, and learn how to use your hands, learn how to use your mind, and just figure it out. Stay away from all that dumb shit.
Hell yeah, man! I love
facts.
that message for sure.
That's facts.
Yeah.
Powerful, honestly.
Truly.
No, but just don't just be content with your 9 to 5. Yeah, find something else to do outside of that time. Raise your family well. Find a hobby, but don't make it a hobby. Turn it into more than a hobby. Because why are you passionate about something and not putting your time into it? And it's just the reality. You're not selfish to want to make money doing something you love. You're not selfish for that. You're selfish when you spend the money wrong. You know what I mean?
Yeah, you just gotta think for yourself. Like, don't be afraid to go a different way from where everyone else is going. You know what I mean? Like, you just gotta stay focused and do what makes you happy and do what you want to do.
If you can draw really well, keep drawing, but you promote that. Tell people that you draw. Give them a self-portrait.
Like I said,
shout out Simba Certified. She's been doing some stuff.
Shout out Troy Good too.
Yeah, both of them.
Yeah, for sure.
So she
put the city on.
She posted
Shout out Troy
like
Good.
3.
Check your Instagram fucking messages.
Yeah, he saw it. He saw it.
Okay.
We talked about it today.
But yeah, man, like.
But yeah, so she just did a picture for me because I had seen her post 3 of them, and it got me excited about how it looked. So I said, let's do it. And that's one more for her. So like, share your art. If you're good at something, do it. And if you're passionate about something, definitely do it.
Hell yeah.
So, and if you can monetize it every way you can, but don't be work with people.
For sure.
And that's something that I kind of try to stay with out the box is I'm always going to put everything I can do quality wise, and I hope the same from you. And I'm going to keep working with you as long as that's the vibe I get from you is that you care about what you're doing. And
are you talking about me or other people?
Just in general.
Oh, I was like,
I'm saying in general.
For sure.
I'm saying in general, yeah. Just that you care about what you're doing and that you're, focused, or that you're invested, I guess, in what in your craft and that you believe in what you believe in.
Totally, man. Yeah, that's all you could ask
just
for.
Stand on something,
Oh yeah.
So
for sure. All right, guys. Do you guys want to shout yourselves out to the camera one more time?
I'm a little camera shy. Just kidding.
Yeah. Shout out DMANE. Shout out the box. It's Quez.
Where can they find you?
I don't know. Go ahead and tell them.
So currently it's the Lake Recording, at the Lake Recording on Facebook. Also the Lake Recording on Instagram. That's probably all going to change. Out the Box Entertainment. But that's the hashtag currently. So you can look that up, find me. If you can't find that, then look up Out the Box Entertainment because then that means we already switched it out. But yeah, find us there. DMANE on like Spotify, all that, YouTube, everything. Quez on all that. That's Quez.
Yeah. Quez on Instagram.
Hell yeah.
Yeah.
I'm all spelling it out and it's in the title. Yeah.
Fuck yeah, guys. All right. Thank you so much for your time, guys. I appreciate you guys coming.
Yes, sir. Thank you.
Hell yeah. All
I'll
right,
be
guys.
on a future show soon.
Yes. Catch these guys both here at a future show, Street Champs show 9 or 8. We'll see. All right, guys. This has been Street Champs. Come get put on. Like, comment, subscribe. Shout out Rocky Mountain Blaze. Peace.
Shout out you.